Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, double line, say positive GMS. This is I'm Nava Allah coming at you on the video. I've been trying to do these videos for these past couple of days, but for some reason, the screen recorder just didn't want to work. I finally got it to work. So let's get right to it. And it cut off when I was doing the video the other day. But let's get right to it. I'm going to go into the eyes of the Lord with y'all, his angels. And how the eyes of the Lord are always watching. The Most High is always paying attention. He's always taking heed of our daily goings. Let's get right to it. Amos 9:8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom. That sinful kingdom is talking about Israel. And the eyes are talking about his angels. And I will destroy from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. So that shows you that it's talking about Israel. He's going to destroy it, but not destroy it utterly, meaning completely. So the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful king. The eyes are talking about his angels. Alright? So the eyes of the Lord, the angels are always watching, even when you are in your loneliest moments. And so the Most High is always aware of our goings, So when you do things, you got to be aware the Most High is always watching. You're not doing it for us, for the sake of the brothers that's in the camp, or the elders and the apostles. You're doing this for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. So the way you really able to know if a person is really, examining himself and the person really serious about this word is by what they're doing when no brothers are around. What they're doing when the camera's not around. What they're doing when they're out among the world. Because when there's no brothers around, there's no cameras on, Satan is going to tempt you because you by yourself. Satan can tempt you when you're with brothers, but when you by yourself, you may be tempted to do that which is not right. So how strong is your resolve through the Spirit, This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Check that out. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and beholding the good. So the Most High is always paying attention. So guess what? If you're not in the Spirit, and it doesn't mean, oh, well, he's looking on the outside, but he's not looking within you. The Most High knows your heart. That said, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Because the angels, they could look into your mind. Isn't that written in the scripture in the book of Daniel? When the angel was when the angel was working on the mind of the king of Persia. See? Isn't that in the book of Kings when the scripture speak about how one of the angels said that they would go be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets? And when you say something, it comes from your mind and eventually it comes out of your mouth. So the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So guess what? The Most High knows your innermost thoughts. The Most High knows your heart. Meaning the Most High knows your true intentions. And He beholding the evil and He's beholding the good. So nothing is hid from Him. That means He knows both sides. So if you're in this truth and you're not really focused, you're not really serious about this thing, you're going to be exposed, man. You're going to be exposed. This thing is more than about just coming out and teaching. It's more than about just doing shows. It's about actually living like a righteous man of the Lord and according to the scriptures. That's what this thing is about. Not it's about sitting on your behind, sitting on your butt, thinking you're going to receive a reward for doing nothing. No. That's not how this thing works. This is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 23, verse 19. I'm going to go right to the point. You know what? This whole thing is good. Let me go back a verse. Sirach 23:17. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He would not leave off till he die. So it's a whoremonger. Now whoremonger means like, someone that's selling a woman. But anything is sweet to him. He would not leave off until he die. In other words, It's saying that there's no end to this person's lust. There's no end to this person's desire. He won't leave off until he dies. In other words, he would never stop on his own volition, his own wishes. He'll just keep going and going and going and going and going to the day of his death. Keep engaging in that behavior. No matter what, it could never suffice. It could never be enough. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? So I'll give you an example. Think of a person that's committing adultery, and he's saying, in his heart, meaning his mind, who seeth me? Nobody sees me. I'm compassed about with darkness. It's dark all around me. The walls cover me. Nobody can look through these walls. Nobody can see through this darkness. And nobody seeth me. The walls are covering me. It's completely dark. Nobody sees me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. The Most High not going to remember my sins. He's not going to take heed. He's not going to pay attention. No need for me to fear. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men. A person like that only fears the eyes of men. If you're going around being wicked, and you think because brothers don't know what's going on, you think the Most High don't know what's going on, you out of your mind, man. The Most High will reveal it. You might be doing something that you don't got no business doing, and the Most High might have a brother just happen to be in that environment. The Most High might just happen to have a brother be in that environment. And then guess what? You get exposed. You know? That's reality. That's reality of the world that we live in. That's reality of being in His truth. The Most High Yahweh Shemel Shah is always taking heed to our actions, no matter what. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So the eyes of the Lord, meaning the angels, are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. In other words, the sun's light is vast, and it covers a wide range of the planet Earth. But the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, meaning the eyes of the Lord or the angels can reach places that even the sun's light can't reach. It's one thing if you got a bright light bulb in your... Imagine having a light bulb in your apartment that's bright. But then you go and put another light bulb that's 2 times brighter. Guess what? That light is going to make the room look even brighter, because that bright light is going to reach places in that room or in that apartment that the other light couldn't reach. So that's what the eyes of the Lord are. Eyes of the Lord are in comparison to the sun is 10,000 times brighter. So the eyes of the Lord, meaning the angels, they can reach places that even the sun's light can't reach. So yeah, you might be in your house with the door closed and the blinds closed, the shades closed, and the sunlight can't get in. But guess what? The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The sunlight can't get in there, but guess what? The eyes of the Lord can. The angels are among you, even when you in secret places. Beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. That goes back to my point. They can read your mind. They're considering the most secret parts. So they're taking heed, they're taking account of the most secret parts, the most secret thoughts, intentions, and desires. The Most High knows if you're really serious about this truth. He knows if you're really serious and if you're just hanging around. The Lord knows, man. That term Lord knows, well, think about it like that. The Lord actually knows. He's omniscient, meaning He's all-knowing. Look at another scripture. I'm going to go to the next verse. He knew all things ere ever they were created. So the Most High knew all things that were created. So also after they were perfected, He looked upon them all. So remember, the scripture tell you it was good. So everything was looked upon. Like during the creation, it said it was good in Genesis, the first chapter. So everything was looked upon. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken. So that man that we read in the previous chapter that was behind the walls in the darkness saying, no one seeth me, the Most High not remember my sins, he's going to be punished in the streets of the city, meaning publicly. And where he suspected not, he shall be taken. So when he didn't suspect he was going to get judged for his unrighteous dealings, that's when he was going to be judged. When he thought he wouldn't get punished, that's when he was going to get punished. So you always got to take heed, man. You know? So that's good on that. Look at another scripture. I'm going to go right to the point. Ephesians 6 and 5. I'm starting from, point is in verse 6, from 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and singleness of your heart as unto Yahushua. Here's the point. Not with eye service as men pleasers, but as the servants of Yahushua, doing the will of the Most High from the heart. So guess what? We're not supposed to we're supposed to be servants to the Most High. We're not supposed to do righteous actions with eye service. In other words, under the watchful eye of someone, or as men pleasers to please man, but as the servants of Yahweh Shai, the anointed, doing the will of the Most High from the heart. So all our doing is supposed to be from the heart, not supposed to be pleasing men or doing it for eye service, meaning being under the watchful eye of man. Oh, let me just do this because this brother looking. Let me do this because this elder or this apostle looking. That's not the right spirit to be in. You got to do it as servants of Yahweh Shai, doing the will of the Most High from the heart, meaning with true intentions, with honesty. You got to deal in truth. That's how you're supposed to be. These things you got to take heed to. It's not all about going into deep breakdowns and history. These are basic stuff that you're supposed to know. This scripture like this is the foundations of righteousness. Because you can know 1,000 breakdowns but be a man pleaser and just do things for the sole purpose of eye service, to get a pat on the back. Oh, let me just do this because this person around. See, look, you're not really sincere. With good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men. So you do it, the things you do unto the Lord, not unto men. So if you do something for men, it's ultimately to the Lord. Why? Knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free. And that goes into another thing as well. But Lord, I might do another lesson on that. So you get the gist of it. You got to do it. You know you're gonna get a reward from the Most High. So you do a righteous act, you know the Most High gonna pay you right back. That's the mentality you're supposed to have. That's what makes you a cheerful giver. Because you know if you give freely and not grudgingly, and you're a cheerful giver, and the Most High, He knows you're doing it from your heart. So guess what? He'll reward you. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. I'm going to go right to the point. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, meaning quickly, because you're not being judged right there on the spot for that evil work that you did, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. It's fully set in you to do evil because you're doing something that's not right, and because you're not being judged speedily or on the spot, it's like you're going to continue doing the wickedness because, oh yeah, I did this but nothing happened, so now today I'm going to do that. I did this, so I'm going to do this an hour later. And then I'm going to do that. Because you weren't judged speedily when you first committed that righteous act. It's fully set in you to do wickedness because you're not thinking you're going to be judged. That's why that scripture said that man is going to be punished in the streets, meaning publicly. And when he suspected if night shall be taken. See? You know, in the ancient world, they were stoning people. So that's a public execution. So you may be doing something that's not right, but it's going to be made known publicly. Now, there's more scriptures I wanted to get, but I'm not sure how much space I got on my phone. I try not to make my lessons past 15 minutes. But so with that, I'm going to end right there, probably come with a part 2. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, all praise Yahweh Shai, double honest apostle GMS. I hope I learned something. Shalom.